Some might say that this new Spec Ops game is an attempt to bring back the dead. Previous games in the series, released in the 90s and noughties, reviewed and sold poorly, so the franchise was terminated.
Hostile is down!
But then in 2005, Rockstar showed some interest in reviving it. Briefly. But now 2K games have only gone and done it, and Spec Ops The Line is it. But will it just be along the same lines as the previous games? Story first.
Got him!
Was it the last of them?
I see him!
Well, it centers on Dubai and doesn't relate to previous games. Good.
Into the storm?
Cataclysmic sandstorms have laid waste to the previously super-rich city. Most people have been evacuated. Your captain, Martin Walker, leading a 3-man rescue team sent in to find out what happened to a Colonel John Conrad and his 33rd Division, originally sent in to help with the evacuation. Conrad disobeyed his orders to pull out of Dubai, and radio contact is down, but his final message was clear.
This is Colonel John Conrad. Evacuation of Dubai ended in complete failure.
When you arrive, the true horror of the situation soon becomes evident. But nothing in this desolate, bloody city is as it seems.
We're here to help. Just stay with me, all right?
Peace if you hadn't stirred up the locals.
Though initially we were intrigued and enjoyed the horror aspect and the numerous plot twists, ultimately the characters just aren't that engaging, and it fails to ever really ignite. Towards the end it became all just a bit blah blah blah. Let's hope the gameplay is better.
We need to keep moving.
What? Throw him dead! Watch yourself!
If you've already realized that Spec Ops The Line is a third-person shooter, well done for paying attention. 3 points awarded. The core gameplay is off-the-shelf run and gun. Yep, slide into cover. Yep, shooting lots of damn bad guys. So what's new-ish? Well, you can use your squad to provide tactical support. There's some squad commands at your disposal.
Below.
Hold the left bumper button down and highlight an enemy with the red triangle, and you instruct your team to take him out, or focus on that enemy. Okay, that's good if I'm pinned down by a difficult foe.
Clear on that f***ing 50 cal!
Hostile dead!
When your guys are in possession of a grenade or flashbang, you can order them to throw it. Yep, really tactical stuff here. Sarcasm.
Let's get down there.
But left alone, your team will fight on regardless. Clever little trained assassins that they are. The environment also plays its part at times. At any point you see a bit of sand trickling through a window, shoot it out for a serious takedown. Apart from these bits, it's a fairly linear, run-of-the-mill third-person shooter. Weapons are your standard fodder, with the exception of this phosphorus mortar found en route. Yep, this game does err on the bloody side. But it's going to need more than the shock factor to make this more than an average third-person, light-on-the-tactical element shooter. Cue unnecessary execution moves.
Throw it, stun grenade!
You join us playing one of Spec Ops The Line's early missions as Delta Squad make their way through a now abandoned luxury shopping mall. Enemies are on every level, behind every turn, everywhere. But there is only one way out of this. Past the food court and take a right at the Foot Locker. Well, according to the You Are Here mall map. There are tons of advancing foes. We're pinned down. A few well-placed grenades will help us out of this tight spot. We're still up against it, so I'm leaving my men to flank the baddies and hopefully regain the advantage.
Hurry up, Walker!
Excuse me, ma'am. I suggest getting out of the way. So, undetected, I now have a clear shot at the turret. Our only shot at swinging the odds in our favor. Time for the big guns.
Reloading! Cover me! One in the open! Take the shot! They've got their other HMG!
not letting up, even with my turret. Just too many of the buggers. Painful. No, I mean painful of sand. Time to bury the enemy once and for all. A Desert Storm achievement awarded, and more importantly, we now have a way out of here. All that's missing is the 99 cone and a plastic bucket and spade.
That all of them?
Think we're clear.
What about the civilians?
Don't need a translator to know they're hurt.
What are they saying now?
These people want us gone.
We should get out of here and leave these people to grieve.
Yeah, I think that's the least we can do. Come on.
Okay, so time to put some of the gameplay elements of Spec Ops: The Line to the test. First up, that claim that the changing environments have a major impact in the game. Well, in some areas, like this hall, they're scripted. Nothing can be done to change the fact you need to shoot through a window to continue. And trying to avoid this sand shift below my feet was futile. Again, a scripted event that forces you to this cover point or death. Either way, I have to play until I fall into the hotel below. The storms do change gameplay to a certain degree. I lose the ability to command my teammates. Really helpful, not. The other sand target areas can be used or not. Just make sure you're out of the way before shooting out that window.
Focus your fire!
Under heavy fire!
So let's put the squad to the test. In easy mode, it's possible to sit back and instruct your team to clear an entire area. Impressive.
Looks like we're clear.
Upping the difficulty level to normal play still allowed you to let them take the majority of the strain, although they did take more damage, reviving needed.
I need him moving again!
Hang tight, man. I'm coming. You're gonna be...
Upping the difficulty to suicidal made things a lot more difficult, although not impossible for your team to take care of the situation with your commands. Oh, and don't think you can let your teammates die. They die, you all die. Checkpoint restart. Dow. The final gameplay test is with the game's decision points. Here I have to make a choice to execute the soldier or the civilian, both guilty of capital offences. First time around, I don't shoot either, opting to take down the snipers. Both men die, and I wind up heading into an ambush.
You sure you don't want me on something else?
The second time, I opt for the soldier. He signed up for this. The other poor bloke didn't.
That is.
A different achievement unlocked. The snipers fall back, and the civilian lives for now. We do, however, still hit that ambush. What you gonna do? Fight!
Son of a bitch!
It's too hot. More soldiers coming off the bank.
Throw it, stinking grenade!
Some verdict then on the campaign mode for Spec Ops: The Line.
Tango down!
Negatives seem to outweigh the positives here. The story is a letdown, complicated to follow at times, and having the main character's voice recorded by Nolan North, famous for Desmond in Assassin's Creed and Nathan Drake from Uncharted, really didn't work for us. Too nice to be a hard ass. Even looks a bit like Nate. Gameplay is solid, a nice gunplay and plenty of enemies. However, it does become repetitive. You know the next wave of enemies are but a few feet away. And just more guys with guns.
Stay down!
The variations on run and gun are too few and far between, but are a welcome break when they arrive. Overall, it's an average campaign. Fun enough, but not going to set the world alight. A rental at best. 2K games really need to have made a great multiplayer experience to save this being a truly mediocre title. 6.5 out of 10.
You okay?
I'm fine. Don't worry about it. What about you two?
Yeah. Fine.